Ahava and blessings to all. Today I will be talking about all things Taurus. And as we collectively are in this Taurus portal, you can watch this video 2 years later, 3 years later, because I'm really just going to talk about the Taurus portal. I'm not going to talk about the alignment in this year 2021 that I'm recording this video, because there is an alignment with Taurus, so with different planets and energies in Taurus. But I just want to talk about how to work with Taurus as a sun portal and as a moon portal. So this is today I'm feeling very Taurus. Actually, everything coming in this room right now, this temple, is only natural light. I have no lamps or lights on me like I usually do when I teach or in other videos. It's just all natural. Because I really just wanted to capture the beauty of the white light coming in at this moment. I love white light. I love golden light too, golden sunlight, but white light does something very special. So let's talk about Taurus. So when we go into a sun portal, we have an opportunity to actively take the teachings of the sign that we are going into and bring them into our life and understand where we need this more in our life and actually take steps to bring the energy within. The same thing happens when we use the Taurus energy, for example, the zodiacal energy in a moon cycle, but it's just a little bit different because in the moon cycle, we know that the sign changes every 2.5 days, more or less, and we're just really activating our inner world with the energy of the zodiacal archetype, which is very important because the inner world is the soul. The moon represents that. And then when we go into a sun portal, of course, it's all about what do I do with this now? Where can I apply this in my life? And I'll talk about how we do it with the moon as well. But let's go into the sun right now, just because we did go into this sun portal in Taurus. Now, the reason why I'm doing these little videos is because I think that all of us need to, or it's important to know the astrological language, as it is the language of the age of Aquarius. I also do believe that it's very important to use astrology as an art and a science in a balanced way. Okay, when it's just a science, it's just information, and at the end of the day, we're not expansive. We're just living into, the Mercury is in this sign and then the moon is conjunct this. It's very important to know, but if that's what we're looking at every single day, you're going to spend 3 or 4 hours trying to align yourself. And remember that astrological alignments, even though they have many categories within them, your soul is going to align with 1 or 2 or 3 because of the soul lessons that you have chosen when you come here. So don't become too scientific or too logical about it, because then we forget about the artistic side of astrology. And the art of astrology is, how can I apply this in my life as a cyclical way of living, because when we live in cycles, when we live in the circular way of living, the cyclical way of living, which is actually what we're doing now as the divine feminine frequencies are pouring down into the planet, it's all about knowing that as we turn the wheel, what are we learning? It's not so much about the end of the journey, but the journey within itself. And that's the lesson. So when we apply astrology in our life as an art, we're actually understanding what the cosmic celestial dance is teaching us. Okay. So this, actually, you can do this. You can apply this in your life in a very personal way. It doesn't have to be the way that I'm saying it or someone else is saying it, but you can do it in your own way. So I'm going to talk about how we can use Taurus and learn from Taurus. So Taurus is a fixed sign, and it's the first earth sign that appears when we begin the zodiacal year. We begin with Aries, and then we go into Taurus. So Taurus is a fixed sign, and anytime you see the word fix, remember this, okay? Because we've got the cardinal, the fixed, and the mutable. So fixed isn't just that it stays in one place, but also the word reminds us that it's time to fix Something needs to be fixed in our lives. And I do like this. When we have a cardinal sign, something needs to be initiated, right? And when we have a mutable sign, something needs to be dissolved. And when I say dissolved, it could mean liberated, or maybe dissolved into something else, transformed into something else. But right now, in a fixed sign, we want to fix something. And I will be talking in a moment about the Malkootah, the power of the Malkootah, as I use the zodiacal archetypes and I align them with the Aramaic activations. But let's focus on the sun portal. So it's the first earth sign, and Taurus is ruled by Venus. Okay, Taurus is the bull. I love the symbol. And as it is ruled by Venus, remember that Venus is all about beauty, abundance, self-love, and also Venus is about balancing the masculine and the feminine. That's not talked about a lot, but that's what Venus does. That's why Venus activates abundance in our lives, because she brings us into a balance. She helps us see what needs to be balanced in our life with the masculine and the feminine. So Venus is all about beauty, and Venus is, as we know, Aphrodite, and Aphrodite has these two expressions, right? We've got the Aphrodite Pandemos and Aphrodite Urania. And the Aphrodite Pandemos is really concerned about physical beauty. And I'm not saying it in a vain way. Physical beauty as your surroundings, the earth, cleaning your house, making your body feel beautiful and emanate that beauty. So it isn't vain. We all love to look at beautiful things. I mean, this morning I was taking a walk, and I take a walk every morning in this beautiful area of nature where you always see horses. And there was this one horse that was just so beautiful. I couldn't stop looking at the horse. It was just so beautiful. So beauty does attract us, and the soul likes beauty. Beauty is a spiritual experience, and I'm not talking about being a model, or I'm talking about the experience of beauty, physical beauty. So that would be Aphrodite Pandemos. And then we've got the Aphrodite Urania, which is all about spiritual beauty, and it's all about the beauty that we emanate, or is emanated around us when we are in a sacred marriage with the divine. And that's what so Venus works with these two types of beauty. And Taurus is the Pandemos, is the physical beauty, whereas Libra, ruled by Venus, is the spiritual beauty. So when we hear the word Taurus, we think of earth, we think of stability, and we think of pleasure, right? So, of course, those are all Venus attributes. So Taurus does give us the remembrance of it's time to commune with Mother Earth. It's time to take care of Mother Earth. It's time to walk in nature. It's time to find beauty in the simplicity of all the abundance that we already have, and not so much look for more abundance. Right? Because we're thinking, oh, I have to get this, I have to buy. And we do. I mean, we live we're human, and we live in this world where we do have certain needs. But Taurus reminds us that it's very important to take our time, maybe to walk in nature and to see the abundance that is given to us innately. You know, we come here, we're born here. Mother Earth has so much to offer us, even though we violate her continuously. And what is that beauty? And when we look into that beauty and we see that abundance, we feel abundant, because we are contained in her, and Mother Earth, and she is contained in us. And that's a very Gnostic teaching. So Taurus reminds us that all things nature are very important. Taking care of nature, taking care of our plants, walking in nature, walking barefoot, getting life force just from being with Mama Nature. And also Taurus reminds us the importance of stability. It is the second sign, excuse me, related to the second house. So second house is about finances and about security, stability, you know, having a roof over our head, having our needs met. And so that's another Taurian aspect that we could align with. Another one is pleasure, you know, and understanding and experiencing the pleasures of life, a good meal, resting, intimacy, anything that is just pleasurable, and allowing the body to feel that pleasure. And another thing that's very, very Taurian as well that sometimes we forget is Taurus is a sign that helps us understand how to make in its higher aspect, how to understand that the earth is sacred. This is sacred. The material form is sacred. The body is sacred. My human body is sacred. It's not separate from spirit. It's not separate from spirituality. And that's very important in this Taurus activation. So when we go into a sun portal, we look at the different aspects of Taurus. We look at stability. We look at our finances. We look at our needs. We look at our connection to nature. We look at our physical body. How are we treating our physical body? Not like Virgo, which Virgo really is into health and taking care. This is different. This is how do we live in the physical? How do we see the mundane? Do we see the mundane as being a mirror of the spiritual, or as being something totally opposite from this? So all of these aspects we look. So when we look at the different aspects of Taurus and we see, okay, how can I apply this? Now, we can look at the negative, the shadow side too, being possessive, being scared, having fear of not having enough, fear of not having money, fear of not having food, a house, fear of not getting what we want. We may have everything that we want, but if we still feel that we need something, that we're lacking in something, that's Taurus. So we can look at all the shadow side of Taurus as well. And even feeling that the reality that we are living in the physical world is not spiritual. I mean, we can look at all of these shadow sides of Taurus. And how do we know what a shadow side of Taurus is? Look at the beautiful aspects that I've told you about in the beginning and just go to the polarity of it. And that would be the shadow of it. So we look at all of these aspects in Taurus and we think, okay, what do I need to do? What would be good for me to apply in my life right now? I'll give you a little example because I just did this in the Pisces portal. In the Pisces sun portal, I really connected to art and the visual, because Pisces is all about the visual and how the visual stimulates and brings you into an activation to connect with the energy of that symbol. And in that whole Pisces portal, I created my oracle cards. And so I knew that I could actually manifest something actively. Now, what can we fix as a fixed sign? Remember, what can we manifest actively or bring or work on in this sun portal? For example, if you need to work on your finances, make a little commitment or make a little seed. So you can seed intentions in sun portals as well. These are active intentions. These are things that you will be aware of. It's different from the moon. Okay, the moon is a lot more spiritual and very subtle, and you seed an intention and maybe you forget about it, but then you see it. It's all about what it isn't seen. But with the sun portal, it's all about what is seen. So maybe you need to understand what you're spending and what is coming in. I mean, this is very Taurus. It's all about the material. So maybe you need to work on your finances. Maybe you want to invest, small investments. Scorpio would be a lot bigger. Maybe a little small investment to start making your money grow. Maybe you want to buy a house. So what do I need to start doing to buy a house? Maybe you want to make your house look beautiful because you don't like it's not giving you the feeling of beauty. And I could go on. Maybe you need to connect more to nature. Maybe, you can ask yourself, we can ask ourselves, do I need to walk in nature more? Do I need to be in nature more? Do I need to smell nature? Or you can even ask yourself, am I actually seeing all the abundance that I already have? Am I actually seeing the power that I have to manifest? Because we all are great manifestors. And anytime someone tells me I'm not very good at manifesting, I don't believe that. Because we have manifested everything in our life, the good and the bad, okay? We are all amazing manifestors, okay? So, just take into account, where can I bring more beauty into my life? Where do I need more pleasure? Am I working too much? Am I just work, and I'm not enjoying the earthly experience? Where can I just take time out maybe to cook a beautiful, nice meal, make it delicious, and be with people and enjoy myself? Where can I focus on my beauty, feeling beautiful. What makes you feel beautiful? And here's a question I have for all of you. What actually makes you feel beautiful? Do you feel beautiful when you rest? Do you feel beautiful when you nourish yourself? When you wear certain colors? When you anoint yourself with certain oils? When you chant? When you take a walk in nature? Everyone has different ways of feeling beautiful. When you laugh and smile and hear something funny. So what makes you feel beautiful? And I'm talking about a physical feeling and a physical experience of that beauty. Maybe it's intimacy. Maybe that makes you feel beautiful, but that's an important question to ask ourselves. So this is what we do in the Sun Portal. We ask ourselves all of these very important questions, and we take action and to wanting to manifest a Taurian experience. This is the Sun Portal: fire, sun, action, right? Now, what happens when we have Taurus in our moon? You know, every 2.5 days, the moon changes signs, and also we have the new moon in Taurus, the full moon in Taurus sometimes. What happens there? Well, remember that the moon is the soul. The moon represents the soul, and when we work with the moon cycles, we're actually purifying our karma to allow the soul to be expressed through the body. So every 2.5 days when the moon goes into a sign, we have the opportunity to ask ourselves on a soul level. You know, I like to speak to the archetype directly. And when I speak to the archetype directly, I ask, what do I need on a soul level to work on within me? What do I need to cultivate within me? For example, I would do a lot of shadow work with, like, I would ask myself, maybe in a Taurus moon sign, what are my fears regarding my security and my stability? Now, why do I feel I don't deserve pleasure in my life? Am I focusing on pleasure? And you can do the same as in the Sun Portal. You can give yourself and work certain things of Taurus and activate them. But remember, it is an inner experience. And the inner is important because then we can see the outer, right? It's connected. And you can take action, and sometimes just listen to what you're feeling and what your needs are. And then Taurus will let you know what you need to do, and you will remember, okay? And then you can take action. And also when we have the new moon in Taurus, that's the seeding. We seed our intention so that we can see something. And Taurus is about the physical and the material. So when you would seed your intention in that. And then on the full moon, it's all about the activation of Taurus. So here I'm going to go a little bit deeper, and I'm going to talk about the Malkootah activation. And in the Gnostic teachings, in the mystery school that I lead, Mary Magdalene Mystery School, I work with the activations of Aramaic, and I combine them with the zodiacal energies. And the Malkootah actually means a kingdom or queendom or divine earth. So when we work with the Malkootah, what we do is we try to see what parts of our human experience, and this is very expansive, this is very grand, what parts of our human experience aren't allowing us to have a divine human experience and to experience the material world divinely. So when we work with Malkootah, Malkootah means divine earth, divine physical human experience. And this is on a very mystical and esoteric Gnostical level, the energy of Taurus, the Malkootah. How can I be a divine human? How can I make my experience here on earth divine? And this, we can start by creating sacred space. We can start by creating beauty all around us. That's very important. My sacred space is big. You know, this morning I actually took a picture of this, and I don't know if I can share it with you here on YouTube, but I actually took a picture because I just felt the Taurus energy. I'm actually recording this in the Taurus portal, Sun Portal, and I had all of the candles lined up right now. I didn't light any because, like I said, I just wanted to focus on the natural light coming in. And I was doing this meditation, and then I just stopped, which I never do, and I took a picture of the candles, and I was in awe of the beauty. Create sacred space, make your experience divine, love your body. Accept your body, accept what you have, accept what you create. Love everything that you have, love everything that you've created, and even what you don't like so much. And within that love, you will start to understand that everything is a part of you, of us. This makes us, our experiences make us who we are. So this is the Malkootah. And just to close this video on the Taurus Sun portal, I hope that you did learn a little bit. I could go on about Taurus. These videos are meant for you to know how to work with these energies and these cycles. Like I said, to go into the circular energy and learn through the journey, within the journey, and not focus on the end of the journey. But I think this information, you can start using it and applying this to your life. So we're going to just chant the Malkootah a little bit together. Okay, and if you want to chant it through, I do use the Malkootah during the Taurus portal, and I will write it below so you know how to write it. But it is pronounced Malkootah. I'm going to do it differently today. As I was chanting the Malkootah, it came to me, this is a perfect time to do beautiful grids, earth grids with your crystals, to place crystals in your plants on earth, to do some sacred dancing barefoot. And this is just love the earth. Have an intimate relationship with Mother Earth. Throw yourself on the ground, embrace her, embrace the trees. Yeah, as I was chanting Malkootah, I saw all of us doing that. Circle dancing, all of that is important. And thank you so much. Have a beautiful Taurian experience. Ahava.